Hello there, Golfer here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Civilization 7 as Confucius of the Qing, currently. Where we last left off, we just entered the modern era, so some things are different than we last left off. So I figured out what happened here, which was I was being attacked by one of her units, and her units, as we saw before, were very powerful. And unfortunately, because I had a unit in the city, I didn't let me know that, oh, you don't have an undefended city because it wasn't undefended. But also that unit got one hit. So as a result, they ended up taking the city, and I never saw a notification for it. Now, it's possible because I am kind of glancing over these a lot more because a lot of them are useless to me. But anyway, I went back and redid it, so a couple things changed. I got more turns in. I managed to get this wonder, Machu Picchu, so it's, yeah, additional capacity, all that fun stuff. And we got Borobudur, don't know how to say that exactly, but we get bonuses from quarters, which is nice. Probably, it'd be nice to see how much this actually gives me. We might need to actually see yield tiles for it, but I've kind of been planning for it. We can see that I get 2 happiness from that, right? Plus 2 food and happiness on quarters. Yeah, so like that happiness is from a quarter. That's potentially from a quarter. Yeah, and I've kind of been planning. So this one doesn't have one, I don't think, because temples and stonecutters are not the same. I think ageless makes it a quarter regardless. Ageless. So I've been kind of, not perfect, obviously, but I've been kind of doing it so that we're getting quite a bit of happiness right off the bat, which means we're going to have a boom of policies, which actually isn't that great because of how my bonuses are. Oh, no, that was from the previous age. That's right. Not this one. This one is we want to import resources. I did read that right? It's plus 4 gold, plus 3 culture, plus 2 influence, and minus 1 science from imported resources. Yeah, so getting resources is great. I just have to make sure my science keeps up, which is fine. That's not a big deal at all. So yeah, we got this city, and I basically just harassed Gao for a long time. And then I eventually took it, and I managed to get all 3 of the final milestones by doing so. And I also got this city because I couldn't see it. I figured this was the city that was near this one. This is her cultural hub. This city is going to be amazing to take over. And also maybe we can get some modern era fights going on, which would be lovely. So we're going to definitely kind of pivot towards that. For the moment, though, let's see. She had a sizable navy, but she doesn't really have a navy. I mean, she has this city over here. This is a fishing key. No, it's a fishing boat. Interesting. But potentially her navy's over here or over here. It's nice that these rivers, I think, are guaranteed to go out to coast. So I do need to make sure that I have a navy over here, which I do. Which is interesting. Also, my gold carried over. I think I started with 3,000 and then the additional gold came in. I have a lot of gold per turn. How am I pulling that off? Interesting. Maybe that'll change when we change our legacies up. I'm not sure. So. Protestantism was just founded? What? Yeah, we had a bunch of things change. Let's see. We have previous age and hostile. Previous age hostile. So I'm actually fine with this. I would like to not be enemies with him, though, because he does have territory over here. And while I don't think he'll be a threat, it is possible. Ooh, that's a really good city, actually, with the oil. That's something to consider. Let's see, I have only 1 extra, and I want this city definitely. So we're just going to basically prepare for this war over here, I'd say. Probably the best thing to do. Okay. All right, so legacies. So this is actually kind of crazy for Golden Age, which is gain an infantry and ranged unit in all your distant land settlements. That is crazy, but we're not going to take that because the Golden Age one that I want, of course, is all of your cities for previous ages remain. In addition, gain cities in distant lands gain 2 population. That's a great buff. It's just too good not to have. And then we have 2 gold per turn per unique resource you have. That's also pretty solid. That means it'll also go up. I believe the way that's being said is it'll also go up based upon resources through trading. And since we're going to be doing a lot of trading, we do want that even more so than the economic point. So I'll be grabbing that too with my wild card, which is going to be really nice. Now going back up to production, I have 3 points, so we can do plus 10 production for settlements in distant lands. This basically equates to gold unless I have cities in distant lands, which I do. And because those cities are going to be frontline cities much more than my other cities, so this is a gold buff as well as a... it's a gold buff plus a production buff. So I'm going to take that. We're also going to take the militaristic attribute point. Science. So we get plus 2 culture per relic in the previous age. That's like a 10% increase in culture, if not more. So that's awesome. We don't do any of that, so we'll just grab this. And then I don't know which policy I want more here, cultural, diplomatic. I'm going to say cultural, just to buff that up more so. And then we have this, which is plus 3 science per turn for each quarter. That is amazing. A scientific attribute point. And then we could change the capital, but there's no need to. Interesting, we can only change it between... I can move around the map. I can change it to this city, or keep it the city, or move it to the original capital. But we're just going to keep it the same. It's fine. So we can confirm legacies. We have a bunch of leadership attribute points. So cultural, we can get plus 25 culture towards studying civic masteries, or plus 10% production towards constructing wonders. I do think the civic mastery one is good. It's just faster. Getting it faster is solid. I have 2 wildcard points, which I can look into. I think that's from additional stuff. Militaristic gain plus 1 war support in all your wars. Sounds great to me. Scientific, we have plus 1 science on each quarter. That's an additional boost there. I definitely want to grab that. And then I guess a 5% boost in science? Plus 1 science per age in distant towns, or... That's not much. I think the 10%, 5% is probably going to be better in this case. That'll be 10 science. So they'll be close, but as it increases, it'll be better as I get more and more science. All right, so now I have 2 wildcard policies. Culture and settlements from each resource assigned to them. That's not going to be a lot in this age for a while, so I maybe hold off on that. And then plus 1 culture per area display is also going to be good in a while. Nothing really here. I don't want the celebration length. I don't really care for the science plot. I think Diplo's done. Plus 1 resource capacity in towns sounds really good, actually. But I don't think that's going to be an issue. In fact, we'll go check it out in a second here. Um, 15% yields in towns with specialization, or 30% in distant lands. It's probably like 10-ish. That's not also not that necessary. Well, we could go boom, boom, increase the settlement limit, ignore happiness penalty, and then take that. Would be pretty solid. Or we can go back to scientific and just spam these. I think I would like the settlement limit. I'll just go 1, 2. And this also sounds great. And then going all the way down would actually be kind of crazy, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so before I do anything else that I forget, let's take everything off. I believe I did this in the previous one. I thought I did this in the save game, but I guess not. It's fine. So, is anybody not happy? Yes, we have a not happy right here in the city. So, we'll focus with the happiness. Give you some furs. Pearls. That's as happy as they'll get. Oh no. Did better with you there. Is there anywhere else that can need it? There's another city. Another city. Yeah, the town's kind of low, but that's fine. All right, so now that we have that, let's look at our highest culture city. Capital is 37. This city is actually 44. Oh, that's annoying. So do I take the happiness hit and spam the culture? Or do I just throw them in my capital? I think I just throw them in my capital. Or no, this... Oh yeah, because it is my capital. And it'll boost it up, yeah. So my capital's okay with happiness. So we'll do that, and then... Yeah, the additional slot might not have actually been a bad idea, but whatever. Alright, so for the towns... Food and happiness doesn't hurt. Production is a waste. I have way more resources than I thought I did. Oh well. Food. Happiness. Food. Production. Production. And then I need another city. Production. And wine is also good production. City resource, though. Okay. Looks good. We also have plus 50% production towards constructing wonders. That's crazy. Plus 1 light naval unit combat strength from coal, plus 3 from oil, rubber. So with that extra settlement limit, I am fairly inclined to settle somewhere like down here. Like if we were to look at the settler lens, we have... It wants me to put a city here. So I could do it here and lose the happiness. I want the wines though, because the wine is a solid resource. Oil is also pretty solid. I almost want 2 cities. Like down here is a bunch of oil and we can just pump up our navy, but I don't know how long it'll take for us to do more. But anyway, we can grow our towns. Let's go ahead and... It's really annoying that I can't, like... Only got 1 from that? Huh. Well, we're keeping our specialists, which is solid. My only complaint is that you can't move them. If you can move your specialists, that would be great. Because sometimes you have different buildings that would just mean they'd be better here. But we're going to go ahead and focus there. That's a pretty sizable amount of food from both of these tiles. So we'll go ahead and... Or do I want the production? It's about 10% increase in production. Or this one with a little extra food. I get the production. Alright, you are a town. So we could get the extra ivory resource. Let's do that. Okay, how are you doing? You are a town. You don't have a ton of food currently, so I think we just need to keep you growing. You can grab this tile. And I'm gonna make you a city. You're a very solid city. You're not much to do that either. We can start with specialists here. The problem is I'm not a huge fan of doing that. You do get 104 food. put you out. Chinky in the wharf, the shipyard. Yeah, okay, so we want you here. Did I get a free pop from doing that? Like I broke it by turning it into a city instantly? That's interesting. All right, so you're a town. I think I'm going to keep you a town. You've got a good chunk of food. It's not a lot because I don't have the actual buildings yet, but there are still a bunch of good tiles. This is solid for the happiness. So we'll grab that. Now, this is also a permanent town. Take the gold because this is a town, so boom there. I don't need you to grow. What's your food? Yeah, your food is actually great. You can just go straight into being a farming town. You get 118. It's actually not a huge increase, which is kind of interesting. But because you are a town already, this will be worth throwing down a food building. Now, it doesn't seem to matter, but I'd like to replace the villa. That's the only building I'm going to be able to buy. Also, it now says... I think the grocer is wrong. Or it's 20 including all of these, maybe. So let's see. If I go, yeah, we're now at 140 food. If we look, it's sending that food between these 3 cities, which is fine. You're a city. Oh, that's a nice tile. I'll go ahead and throw it down there. And then I think we could start doing specialists. Nice little bonus there. Other town, there's quite a few tiles you can take that are worth it, so we'll grab those. You are a city, so production is a little important. Ooh, this is a nice tile. Mountains being, like, useful is a really interesting take. We'll grab that, and then you can grow again. Grab that one. You're also a city. There's a lot of good tiles here, my gosh. 5 production, 3 happiness, or 1 food for... I like the 1 food. And you... This ends up being a really good city. Alright, and I turned you into a city off... I think that was off camera, I don't remember exactly. But with that in mind, you should focus on production. Any more solid production tiles? I mean, this is only production. Yeah, compared to this tile, that's a much better tile. I wish I knew exactly where all the happiness is coming from. It might be from, like, the breathtaking appearance or whatever. Still a pretty solid increase in production, which I'll take. You're going to be a town. You have no... Can't work specialist. You're going to stay a town. You're not particularly good, so we're going to go boom. And then you're also going to go into a farming town. Okay, fishing key is not good. Don't need the production. Okay. Grow my town again. It's a town, right? Yeah. And this is going to stay a town. In fact, I might make this a actual, like, fighting town. Depending, because this I am going to want to attack her in here. Alright, so that's all the growth. We can now start on other stuff, so including like a grocer, which would include the bazaar, or the temple, or this doesn't seem to matter, so I don't want to build out here. I want to save that for other buildings. Don't want to replace the observatory, don't want to replace the university, don't want to replace the production. I guess building it over the temple's fine. Right, because it's got an ageless. The grocer is also ageless though, right? Yeah. Low happiness. Really? In the city that thing disappeared? Alright, so we want to get steam engine as quickly as possible because a lot of our things involve our merchant. So we'll grab that. Combat strength increase for all units in every civilization city you have a trade route with. We don't need this right away. We'll definitely get that. Natural history sounds better. We can spam explorers. So, what do we want? We want science. +2 science on gold buildings, +2 gold on science buildings. That just sounds amazing just from the start. We already have a decent number of specialists, so grabbing that is also good. +1 science for a city. Yeah, that also sounds good. So we go from 333 to 385. That's a pretty solid increase. You guys are, like, very unhappy for whatever reason. Just interesting. This is not an ageless building. Grocer's not an ageless building. Oh, it is ageless. Okay, so this is an ageless building. Not an ageless building, excuse me. I don't want it anywhere that has an ageless building. That's a happiness building too. I'd rather keep that. So the observatory, yeah, the observatory is fine. Okay. Okay, where is... Okay, I actually want this to be where an Angelus building is, so we'll replace the bazaar. Same thing. Well, see, where's the... the grist mill can only go here. The grist mill is ageless. Yeah, the grist mill can go here, and then we can follow that up with a grocer. Which can replace the inn. Replace the temple. And then a city park wouldn't hurt. Or no. That's 10, and it says it's 12, which is really weird. But if that's 10, then the city park should go here, replace the temple. And then the grocer should preferably go somewhere. Yeah, I guess we'll replace the inn. Okay. Why would this replace the observatory when there's only a medieval wall slot there? That's weird. But you can replace the temple. It's an ageless building. Go there. We got an additional ivory. Just there, that's fine. Replace the bazaar. That is fine. Okay, so now we finally have our units. You can just chill here as you're defending that city. I don't have any units here, which is troublesome. So, let's see, we have you as a commander, which I don't think I have. I have a solid relationship with you, and I'm not going to do a Diplo because I want to wait until I give him a chance to offer me, but I will. I do need I don't know how badly I need an army over there. I don't think I do. So let's do this, where we pull out you. Let's send you over here. And then we can drop you. And then you can come... Yes, over here. Just alert. Okay, looks good. Alright, now I don't have... You're kind of an army. You're an army. I send both of these guys up here. Thankfully, my economy is, like, really good. So I can, prepare. Because I do feel like I need some love, like a mini army over here, which I might go into full production mode after getting the grocers built over there. Alternatively, I might buy them too. How is my... I get plus 40% gold towards buying units. It's not the same as buying them cheaper, but it is a thing. Alright, so we have you. You're going to come over here. You're a full-on fleet, which is good. Now, you're a low-level fleet. I don't think I have... No, yeah, I don't have another fleet. I have those 3 fleet commanders. We're going to send both of them... we'll send one over here. Wish there were canals. I would so be happy with canals. And then... Okay, we're going to send you the little one over here, and then the big one... will come up here. And the question becomes, do I want to settle that territory? Because the only city I really want is this one. This one has all of the wonders in it. So it's 1, 2, we're going to get more. Do I want to go for the additional... Heavy naval and cavalry, and that is... Plus numbers better for cutting rail stations. I already have coal, though, right? Yeah, I have 4 things of coal. That's 400% towards rail stations. It's crazy. I don't really need it that badly, then. But I would like to kind of shore this up. It's fine. All right. All right, so we have our first independent. Now, these are really expensive. Also... Okay, yeah, we're gonna send my commander out to take care of these guys. It's really expensive to do. Is it worth it? I don't think so. So we can choose a government. We can get authoritarianism, where we get a bonus for combat and military units. We can get bureaucratic monarchy, which is plus 20% gold for 10 turns, plus 10% relationship change for endeavors and sanctions for 10% turns. Or we can do elective republic, where we get a culture and science boost. I want the culture science boost. This sounds great, but I can buy units. And the combat strength is nice, but it's not that great. I'd rather just get elective republic. All 510 influence. I really need to boost my influence then. We could go for it. Like, actually be friends with these guys. The problem is that they tend to disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the befriend. We want to do this as quickly as possible. We're just going to chill out here in case they attack.
Cross the sea like a bird.
Plus 2 happiness and culture on natural wonders. I have a couple of those, so that might be pretty solid. But I'm going to hold off on that until, because I think those are all better. Seeking the ideal. Every person who faces challenges the quest achieve more character. Those who can follow Confucius seek lessons and suffer on their journeys together. We get it because we have. I guess it just insta works. So yeah, we'll just get it. Okay, it was like a quest, but I've already completed the actual objective. Alright, we'll grab this. I get one more, I can get a settlement limit. Alright, next up we have... Yeah, I would like the onsen. Celebration, I'll take the science. Then... They're all good. I actually want the influence more. Didn't actually buff it because I think it takes into effect next turn.